Hi, my name is Olivia, and I'm really excited to do this video because it's been an idea I've had for a couple of weeks now, and I never got to it, but here I am. So I planned for, as you can see by the title, it's quotes. I'm going to be sharing some of my favorite quotes, whether it's from a movie, a song, a book, just any platform. I really don't care. I love hearing, sometimes quotes hit you hard, and maybe when I share them, they'll be relevant to your life right now, and you know, it'll be good. It'll be a win-win. There's no way I can share every quote that I love because I've forgotten some and I haven't written them all down, and like a new quote will come up someday. So I decided to just make this a series of videos that can last until the end of time. But basically, I'll just be choosing 5 of my favorite quotes at the moment and share them with you. So let's get started. The first one I want to share is a quote that I've been telling myself a lot recently, and that I had to tell myself, a quote that I wish I had heard my first year of college, because I was going to make a whole separate video on this, but on college rejection, when you get rejected from your dream school. So I was going to make a whole video on that, but I'm unsure. But I was so unhappy my first year of college because I wasn't at the dream school that I didn't get into. I wanted so badly to go to UCLA, and I didn't get into it, and just this entire time while I was at the school that I'm at now, there in the first year of college, I was just constantly comparing what could have been if I was at UCLA. I would think, well, I bet those kids who did stellar in school, I bet they're living it up in the dorms. I bet their classes are better. I bet their professors are better. I would walk around my campus. If there's anything that I didn't feel like was great, I would just think, well, I'm sure it's better at UCLA. I was just so bitter and unhappy. And then this quote came along, and I just recently heard this quote that says, "Comparison is the thief of joy." And is that not the absolute truth? All I was doing was comparing myself to this. And this comes to any situation you could think of, whether it's your body, whether it's just anything about you. You know, if you compare yourself to someone else and make it seem as if that's the goal, you compare yourself to someone who you don't feel like you're as good as, or something you don't think is, or something you think is better, you'll never be satisfied. You'll always be comparing. You'll just keep making yourself unhappy. And this is so true to me because I can relate to it so strongly. Okay, this next one is a funny one, and it's from Percy Jackson, actually, the Percy Jackson books. And it goes, "Hercules, huh?" Percy frowned. "That guy was like the Starbucks of ancient Greece. Everywhere you turn, there he is." I love that line. There's so many Starbucks. Starbucks and McDonald's, I think, are the things I see the most. And they're the things that I see like on every corner. Has anyone out there ever stood at a spot or been in a spot on a street where you're looking down and you can see the same store like within the same street? There's a couple of those out here. I think there's actually a place a little bit further down from where I live where you can see 3 7-Elevens from one spot. The next quote that I have is from one of my favorite movies, which I'm sure I've mentioned multiple times, and I have a whole video on this movie called Interstellar. Yeah! This one says, "We used to look up at the sky and wonder at our place in the stars. Now we just look down and worry about our place in the dirt." I feel like if you're to ask the average kindergartner this day and age, there's few who would say they want to be astronauts. If you ask them what they want to be when they grow up, they'll say doctor, lawyer, vet. I feel like there's few who would answer astronaut. I don't know if maybe that's just my own perception, but it just seems like in general, people's desire and admiration for space exploration, it seems like that desire has gone down. It's dwindled, and I don't understand why, because our universe, our world, the stars, we all need to look up and just wonder. I really do think that. And it's sad when our worries and our superficial and materialistic things just take over, and all we can worry about is that, and we don't even try to think about the broader scale. That just got really deep. This next one is actually from Milk and Honey, a wonderful collection of poems you might have heard about. I love that it's getting so much recognition, that a collection of poems of empowering poems at that is getting a lot of attention. But anyway, there's this one that says, I struggle so deeply to understand how someone can pour their entire soul, blood, and energy into someone without wanting anything in return. And then it says, dash, I will have to wait till I'm a mother. So beautiful. One of my favorite pieces out of this entire collection, because up until that point, that last dash until I'm a mother part at the end, I thought it was like unrecruited love, or just something where, you know, a girl was pouring all her heart and energy into a guy or something like that. You know, I thought it was between a couple. But then she added that line, and it just changed the whole meaning of what I just read. And it gave such beauty to mothers. I think I said the exact same thing in my Milk and Honey review. That is something I'm going to put like inside the card of whatever I give to my mom for her birthday, for Mother's Day. It's just something I want her to hear. This last quote is by Nick Vujicic. You might have heard of him. He's a motivational speaker. He was born with no arms and no legs. And he, like I said, he's a motivational speaker. He lives his life. I think he has a wife. I'm not sure if he has kids. He's a wonderful human being. And he says the most beautiful things. And one of my favorite quotes from him is, I'm going to try again and again, because the moment I give up is the moment I fail. Is that not one of the most motivational things you've ever heard? Especially coming from someone who you think would just have the worst of situations in life. Hearing that from him is just, I love it. So let me know in the comments if you like the idea of this video series, because I do. And I just love words that impact me and move me, make me laugh, whatever it is. I love it. So thank you for watching. Bye.